So it looks like singer-songwriter Keri Hilson may have been telling the truth yesterday when she was on the Breakfast Club. It looks like singer-songwriter producer Ester Dean actually wrote those lyrics for the remix Turning Me On. Let's talk about it.
This is the Demia Avery Show, hosted by Demia Avery, where some of your favorite entertainers, celebs, and entrepreneurs come to highlight all of their many talents.
Hello, everyone. This is Demia Avery of the Demia Avery Show, and welcome once again for joining me on today's entertainment report. We actually don't have a lot to report today, but I'm going to report to you what I got. I want you to see my vegan shirt. You guys like it? I love my vegan shirt. Y'all, I'm vegan on and off. I'm vegan on and off, but I do love the shirt. So anyway, we're going to get right into it. If you're on YouTube, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you're anywhere else, hit that like and share button. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Let me take a little sip of my water. Okay. So let's talk about Spike Lee. Spike Lee has this movie called Highest to Lowest, and it is going to premiere at Cannes Film Festival after not being part of the lineup. So Lee's film is an English language reinterpretation of Akira Kurosawa's 1963 Japanese film High and Low. It's loosely based on the 1959 novel King's Ransom. It's going to feature Denzel Washington. Y'all know he can feature Denzel Washington. I love it though. I love their relationship. It's also going to have Ifeanyi Hadera, Jeffrey Wright. I'm good with Jeffrey Wright. He does not get enough credit to me. Ice Spice and A$AP Rocky, and it's set to get a theatrical release with A24 before it's on Apple TV Plus. So I'm good with Spike Lee. You know, he is a legend, especially in the Black community. He is a legend. And you know who else I miss? Robert Townsend. I miss Robert Townsend. I don't think he gets enough credit for his work in the community as well, and beyond. I shouldn't say in the community, because he's just a great filmmaker, and this generation really probably doesn't know a lot of the work that Robert Townsend has done, but he's a pioneer. So shout out to Robert Townsend as well. So anyways, congratulations, Spike Lee. All right, so we are going to get into the next story. So this is actually a continuation of my story from yesterday about Keri Hilson, and I'm so glad that this story came up. Now, if you checked out my story about Keri Hilson yesterday, she was on the Breakfast Club, and Keri Hilson is a singer-songwriter, and I'm just going to shorten this up because I don't want to repeat of what we had yesterday, but basically 16 years ago, she was an up-and-coming singer-songwriter. Well, she was been a songwriter forever, but she was getting really, really big at that time. And she had a remix to one of her biggest songs, Turning Me On. And in that song, she had a really big diss, and she threw a lot of shade at Beyoncé on this remix. Now, with that, she got a lot of backlash. She got blacklisted. Beyoncé fans and beyond was just throwing shade at her. She couldn't do anything in her career, and it basically just ruined her entire career at that time. So she quit music. She couldn't do interviews or anything without them bringing up this beef. And so yesterday she had went on the Breakfast Club. She is doing this big comeback, and she explained a lot of what happened. And one of the things she said that happened is the producers, she kind of protected this whole story. And she said, according to her, that the producers at that time said if she didn't do this diss of Beyonce, then they weren't going to do work with her anymore. And they were hot at that time. Those producers were really hot, and they was giving bangers and stuff. And she said she was young, and she felt like she had no choice. Even though maybe she did, but she said she felt that she didn't have any choice at that time. But she said she took responsibility in that, and she said she tried to fight it and was like, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing this. I'm not going to say these words on this song. But they kept, kind of pressuring her to this, and she finally did it. And you see what happened. So, but we didn't hear the whole story. The only story we heard is, basically you dissing Beyonce, and basically you disrespecting this artist that we love, and that's what happened. So come to find out, the producer, songwriter that actually did it, her name was Ester Dean. And Ester Dean came out yesterday and actually admitted and apologized for writing the lyrics to that remix. And I'm so glad that she did. I'm so glad, because it takes some of the heat off of Keri. No, it doesn't take all of the heat, but it takes some of the heat off of her. And here's what was said. They said, Ester Dean has apologized for her role in Keri Hilson's song that contains shots aimed at Beyonce. Following Keri Hilson's appearance on The Breakfast Club on Wednesday, the accomplished singer-songwriter took to Instagram and took accountability for writing a problematic verse for the remix of Hilson's hit single "Turning Me On" in 2009. Dean wrote Hilson's verse, in which she sang, "Your vision cloudy if you think that you're the best. You can dance, she can sing, but you need to move it to the left, to the left. She needs to go have some babies. She needs to sit down. She fake. Them other chicks ain't even worth my time to talk about." Okay, that was kind of raunchy. It was kind of raunchy. So I can see why people were upset about the whole thing. She didn't need to come out of the bag like that. But I am so glad that Ester admitted it, and so we can put this whole thing to bed, and Keri can have her career back. Let the girl sing. Let the girl sing. So thank you, Ester, for at least admitting that you had a big hand in that. And I'm glad that the truth is actually out. So anyways, that is all that we have for today. And again, if you're on YouTube, please hit that subscribe button. We'll have more for you tomorrow. Like and share this video. And guess what, guys? Talk to you later. Bye-bye.